Hello again, this is Peter Phelps of Phelps 3D, and in this FreeCAD 016 tutorial we're taking another lesson out of the Solid Modeling using Solidworks 2010 book. This lesson starts on page 233 and goes to 234. It's a roller bearing. So we're going to start off in part design, create a sketch, and I'm going to do it on the YZ plane. Say OK. And we're going to create a sketch that looks just like an upside down U. And let's make sure that I got connected. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure all my lines look pretty and are constrained to the way I want it to be. The first thing we're going to do is set this height here. That is 18.4912. And so then we'll set this height here. That is 2.54. And then we'll set the length of this here. That is 4.064. And we'll set the length of this one here to 17.78. This one's going to have to be shorter. And then you want to make sure that these two are equal. And this here is then going to be 2.54. Oops. And I want this one and this one to be equal. I don't know what happened there. There. Then I'm going to set symmetry constraint. That should be completely constrained. Yep. So we can close that. And perform a revolve horizontal. Say okay. So that's the outer bearing race. And I'm going to create another sketch, but I'm going to go to the XZ plane this time. Say okay. that to 4.064. Say okay. Close that. Or actually, so what we need is to figure. So the radius of the inner track was the 18.4912. We want to subtract from that the 4.064 equals that. Take that and copy it. That will be the distance that we want this. Say okay, close. Now we're going to pad that. And we want it 10.16, but we want it symmetric to the plane. 10.16. Now we're going to add some fillets to that. But we don't want it that big. We want it 0.508. Say okay. We're also going to add the same sort of fillet to this race here. Zero point 508. And then we're going to take the fillet and we go over to draft. And create an array. So I just array in an array. Yep. Changing it to from ortho to polar. I didn't write that down, did I? Where did I put the book? Sorry. I forgot to write down the number. But I didn't say the number, that's why. Okay. 11. Now this is going to be the fun part. We have to make sure that the axis is different, I believe. The interval axis. No. Okay. There we go. Switch the axis around. And we've got our rollers. Now we're going to create a shaft for this. So I'm going to go back into, I'm going to actually do a part for this one. Create a cylinder. I want the cylinder to be 20 millimeters high and 11.75. Now, the actual calculation I did was based on taking that race minus how much the bearings stick out, and then it came to 11.8832 millimeter in radius, but I'm making it slightly smaller than that so that I can modify. So there's a little bit of slack room in there. You don't want the bearings to be right up against it. And we're going to rotate this a bit, so we want it to be rotated on the X 90, and then let's look from the front. I want it moved in the Y. 17? No, not that far. I want it to just be slightly where it's past the race here, because I'm going to add a larger part of the shaft. Basically, I'm going to copy the cylinder, paste it, but when I make it taller, is it going to go? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make this like 30 millimeters. And then I'm going to make the radius on that 23. Now this shaft could be as long as you want back here. It doesn't really matter. It's just I'm using that as an example for how, if you want to make it longer. Now, if you want, you would normally have some sort of retaining clip. So you'd have to create a groove into this, and I don't like the groove tool. I have a hard time using that one. It's almost easier for me to sketch and then do a revolve than it is to create a groove into something that's circular. I haven't really figured out how to do that one very well, but you could model a clip if you wanted. Let's go to part design. I'm gonna create a sketch on this plane here. Now, normally you would sit there and go, okay, what is the closest size of the clip? But I don't know what those are off the top of my head. Oops. Make sure that those are pinned to it. Dimension. Maybe give these an angle. About 165. Oops. Huh. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a parallel. Okay. Okay, and them to be about the same size. And we'll pad that about 1.2. And then we have to move it so that it looks like it's so we gotta go back into the sketch to actually do the moving of it on the Y. I'm gonna go into, if it'll let me. Oh, okay. I shouldn't have padded it. Sorry. Let's extrude. So 1.2, not 12. Create solid. Now, if I take that sketch, I should be able to move it. Or no, I can move extrude. Hopefully. Yeah. So you'd probably put a groove in there, about there. Well, this isn't a 3D printed project though. It's just an example of what you would do if you were trying to create a bearing design. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.